We'll talk about a lot of things in this video, including how short sellers are misleading us and how they haven't addressed the zero liquidity. Let's start by examining this figure. The free fund started 2021 with 23.6 and has since produced gains of 56.8 billion, indicating that investors have profited by more than $30 billion in just 4 years. If stock settlement were in force, why would the financial media not want to know what those figures would be? Now, when we look at this, there are a lot of things to be clearly thinking about. First, as you may have already heard, they recently had a $1 billion bond offering. And as you can see here, they sold 65 billion shares that they haven't yet bought, but they still needed to raise 500 million. This just gives you a better idea of what's going on when you look at the statistics that Cattle was stating, which is that they have been essentially profitable for the last 4 years, every year. They have made a sizable sum of money every year as well. But if you have been watching my videos, you know that we have spoken about how Citadel has profited from the sale of the business in the past, as well as from their bonds this year. In order to finance their positions, we have also observed people taking out loans. Thus, why would a business that is supposedly valued at $56.8 billion need to raise funds this year to compensate its investors? Going back to this moment, you can see that $30 billion was made by investors. However, it was also mentioned that they needed to raise money in order to pay back their investor. This is obviously very strange, and it relates to what we are discussing. They cannot, in fact, sell 50 or 6 positions worth $65 billion that have not yet been purchased and still be able to give out that much profit. Even though a large portion of their money was realized, it still means that the unrealized profit is in a huge loss. Furthermore, it is evident that the margin requirements demand a substantial amount of capital as well, which is why we have seen why they were forced to conduct bond offerings, take out loans, and why the current figure of 56.8 to 57 billion is obviously incorrect, at least, not all of what we should be looking at. Banks have previously employed similar ploys, such as claiming $5 billion Australian dollars profit on their financial accounts, despite having an unrealized $10 billion loss. We don't know the specifics, but I firmly believe that we are not being shown the full extent, because when you look at what's happening with AMC, you realize that short sellers are definitely not making money. If sellers were making money, they wouldn't need to use all of these suppression tactics. Therefore, the same situation could be discussed here, because if we know that their 65 billion shares sold have not yet been purchased, that obviously means that even with the 57 billion profit, they are still in the negative. We also talked about yesterday's AMC dark pool volume of 62.9 to the dark P of AMC stocks, which made up 73% of yesterday's total volume, as you can see below. Consequently, we are observing a rise in the DOPO volume. Keep in mind that the dark pool is meant to suggest that the price isn't actually reflected in it, and that excessive use of it indicates that people are worried about the volatility. If there weren't people impacted by the volatility, we wouldn't be seeing high D-pool usage, but more significantly, if we aren't seeing people negatively impacted by the volatility, then we won't see a large amount of usage, because if there is only positive benefits with terms of volatility, in terms of the price going up, then you know they will allow AMC to go up. But the only reason why they don't allow AMC to go up is obviously because their short positions will be going down in their billions of dollars. You can also see another reason in terms of why they do this and this from gaslighting from PE. Short seller influences in terms of AMC. Shorts keep covering, but here's a summary of 12 reasons why this is dead wrong now. Again, obviously feel free to take a look at it for yourself, but you can already see from some of the things we've talked about in the past: high off exchange trading, difficulty finding shares to cover undisclosed OTC derivative and barred the market maker from utilizing short interest and phony orders. It was unclear how to report the phenomenon. The price dropped despite suspicions of short covering, and the list goes on and on. Even though Biotech Mose has made 12 arguments in a clear and succinct manner, I would like to add that there are many more. I am certain that the list is long. Numerous other subjects have also been explored, but Bitcoin and previously used tokens or one that we haven't. We've already spoken about whether or not they were already covered in shorts and whether or not they were stuck in show. We won't see all of these ways to trick people on AMC, but what we do see makes it clear that the shorts are being cheated. And numbers like these don't even begin to describe how awful it is. Now, we're talking about shorts issues and liquidity. Even though everyone says it doesn't important, we've seen the opposite repper at $79 billion. We have, however, talked about how obvious the Fed's U-turn is, which is normally good for heavily shorted businesses because it makes short squeezes. It's more likely and stimulates more specter buying. For the same reasons I listed above, there are currently many more reasons to be long on AMC than short. But when we talked about the reverse exchange, we pointed out how easy it is for short sellers to get money, which enables them to take on too much risk on AMC. Short sellers find it difficult because the reverse repper is now decreasing. To reiterate what we discussed earlier, short sellers would not be bragging that they have made $57 billion or that investors have made $30 billion if they were not having liquidity problems and making billions of dollars. This is because they had to sell bonds in their own business to investors in order to credit them, which is obviously not the case. You can click on this link to get a larger image. I wouldn't be surprised if they had positions that clearly made a lot of money. But keep in mind that, as we've mentioned, the reverse yield has declined dramatically over time, which further shows that the shorts are clearly failing. For example, when the Cadet Fund first started, they surely had easy access to money. As we can see, it was $2.1 trillion in November 2022, $653 billion in July 2024, $953 billion in 2023, and $79.9 billion in 2025, different revenue streams to reimburse the investors, which again shows that they are having difficulties, which is what really counts. As you can see, Apex Clearing neglected to notify its clients that they were withdrawing and leasing out their AMC shares from March 21, 2021 to April 20, 2023. This suggested that as early as March 2021, no more AMC shares were available for borrowing. This is another proof of the terrible situation, as we have already explained. I think the squeeze is real based on the data and past experiences. Why do I think the pinch will be so big? It is clear that this will be a big event because they have been doing this for 4 years, and more than $2 trillion is at stake. Thank you for watching it. I'll see everyone soon.